I was the singer, and I don't think I'm a strong singer like at all. So I was like, well, first off, like that's bad. That's like a pretty bad like,
oh my god,
start for a band. Go out to a nightclub, and like based on what the DJ was spinning,
yeah,
I could like tell what blogs he had read that week.
No way.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, he downloaded like Flow Kids and Disco Dust like last 5 most recent posts. Jesse from MSTRKRFT reached out to me on this forum that like some message board that like was like invite only for certain DJs. I think the songs were well written and I'm proud of them, but I think I was like lacking sort of clarity on like what I wanted to be and sound like. To be honest, it had a lot to do with like my software setup. I still was using like the same setup from like when I started.
Hi, today I'm here with FELIX CARTAL.
How's it going?
So you were born in Vancouver?
Yeah, I grew up in a suburb like 30 minutes outside of Vancouver.
Oh.
Yeah.
Were your parents born there as well?
They're born in, like we're all born near Vancouver, but smaller, all different suburb cities.
Oh.
Yeah.
And so all your families are even like extended family?
Yeah, pretty much all my family is born like in BC, like in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you describe yourself back then growing up?
Kind of like nerdy and kind of like a punk. I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
Nerdy, and you say you're really into school?
I think I was a good student, but I don't think I enjoyed school.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I got good grades, but my mom wanted to like, she made sure I studied and stuff, so.
Yeah, so your parents like pushed you like academically?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I played in like a punk band at the same time, so it was like a good
mix.
Contrast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were your favorite subjects back then?
I mean, I loved band class.
Yeah.
Yeah. Played the trombone and I played bass guitar.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But you taught yourself that, or they taught you?
No, I like was taking like band class. So it was like classical.
Oh, and that was like your
concert band,
selected
concert band. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I didn't like trombone, so I switched to bass.
Yeah.
And then that's what I played in my punk band as well. Yeah.
Were you like a math kid or like an English kid?
I guess I think I liked English more, but I was good at math. I guess I didn't like, but math isn't fun to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I hated it, but it was fairly easy for me, I guess.
That's cool.
Yeah. Like English, I definitely enjoyed going to that class.
Yeah, so you're just all around, like you just love everything. That's so cool. What kind of music did your parents play in the house when you were growing up?
We didn't play music in the house too often, but definitely on like road trips and stuff.
Yeah.
Like my dad was really into Steely Dan and Supertramp and the Beatles.
Yeah.
My mom, I don't know, my mom didn't have as strong as a music taste as my dad, I guess. She listened to like Dido and stuff.
Yeah. Does your dad play an instrument then?
No. Neither of my parents are musical, really.
Damn, so where do you even get your like musical sense from?
I don't know. I guess I just I think I found punk music when I was young and I liked it because it was sort of, didn't feel like I had rules. I broke a lot of the normal music rules. And then my sister, she played piano growing up and was like a really, really great pianist.
Oh wow.
So I guess hearing, like she would practice every morning before school. So there was like always piano music being played in the house, like pretty much all the time.
Wow.
So I feel like she's a way more accomplished musician than I am.
Did she do it now?
No. Yeah, which is funny.
Have you made like songs with her?
We wrote one song together actually. It's not out yet though. Yeah, it's gonna be on my album.
Oh my god, that's so cool. Why do you take so long to do a song with your sister?
We didn't really think about it until recently, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she doesn't do music anymore, so.
And what careers are your parents in?
My dad sells sporting goods, so like sporting good apparel to schools and stuff.
That's cool.
So,
yeah.
Like grad sweatshirts and like team jerseys and like basically like any sort of clothing you got when you were in high school. Like my dad would have made that. Was in your area.
Damn.
And then my mom she like does the financial side of his whole company.
Oh, so it's like a family-run business.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So you're in like an entrepreneurial like background growing up?
Yeah, like definitely. My parents had really like their schedule was really flexible, so they were home a lot, and
Yeah.
we traveled a lot, which was nice.
So that's actually something kind of like, even as a musician, you know what it's like to not have like a 9-to-5 vibe, which is kind of rare for like parents.
I don't think that, didn't think of work as being super conventional, I guess.
How did you get into the whole pop, punk, rock stuff?
There were these kids who I was friends with in high school, and they had started a punk band.
Yeah.
And they kicked the singer out of their band in grade 7. Those are really young. We were really young, 13, and they were looking for a singer, and I was like, I'll sing. I don't know anything about it, but I'll try it.
Yeah.
So I just started doing that, and then they kicked the bass player out, and then I learned bass at the same time.
Damn.
So I just kind of two of the guys I was really close friends with, and then all 4 of us sort of just started this band, and all became really tight and just wrote songs every day.
So that was the only band you were in, Dysfunctional, right?
Yeah, that was, we had 2 bands. One was called Dysfunctional, and then we became a different band later, but it was still the same people.
Yeah.
We just we sort of became a prog rock band at some point, and it got a little bit pretentious.
Really?
Just it was experimental, we were making longer songs and stuff, and just trying shit, which was good. I think it's good to experiment, so.
Did you tour, did you play shows with them? How big did it get?
Not very big, but we played locally, but we never did any cross-country tours or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we played lots of shows, but they're all definitely within, 2 to 3 hours of the city. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you weren't super serious about it, just kind of to kill time, or were you actually thinking that you could get big with it?
I think we all thought we could, but
I
think anytime you do anything where you put enough time into it, you have that aspiration on some level.
Yeah.
But I think at a certain point, it sort of clicked to me that I was I just didn't feel like we were good enough. Maybe. I was the singer, and I don't think I'm a strong singer at all. Mm-hmm. So I was well, first off, that's bad. That's a pretty bad
oh my God.
start for a band. If the singer isn't very good. So I don't know.
How did you progress from that to more producer type stuff?
So there was a school, a class at my school called music composition, where they were teaching basic MIDI and Cubase and stuff, which was really random. Such a weird course to have at high school.
That's really ahead of its time, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was super cool, and everyone took that class as a joke, basically, just to basically a free block, to just do whatever. But I really liked it, and I sort of started making beats, and I took the software home. I stole all of it from my school.
Oh my God.
They didn't care. They're like whatever. If you enjoy it, you should do it. So I did that, and then I kind of was starting to make little interludes and stuff for my band at the time. Mm-hmm. And then when we broke up, I just kind of kept doing it.
How old were you back then? When your band broke up and you started producing?
We broke up the first year of college, so I would have been 18, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you study?
I was studying English language, which is kind of more focus on grammar and linguistics than literature.
Did you really like that?
Yeah. I didn't have some master plan for what my career was, mm-hmm. but I definitely find language really interesting and things like that. And just how people speak and accents and things like that.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
So I studied abroad. Mm-hmm. Is there really roosters right now?
I know, it's just so weird.
What is happening?
Just on the pavement.
Yeah. So I studied in Scotland for half a semester, for 1 semester, and that was a great place to learn about linguistics, because there's a lot of variation in accent in a really small area in the UK. So
yeah.
It's interesting.
And was school something that you wanted to do yourself, or do you think if it wasn't for your parents you wouldn't have gone to college?
No, I think I would have went to college no matter what.
Yeah.
Just because I didn't like the idea of taking a year off after high school, because then I think it was good to stay focused, sort of. And I thought I always saw college as an opportunity to see if I could be self-motivated, I guess, because kind of like teachers don't really care as much if you do the work anymore.
Yeah.
So you have to like figure out for yourself if it's worth doing. So
with that, did you think like you were gonna have a career in English, or?
No, I don't know. I was doing film as like my minor.
Oh, that's cool.
And then the film department at my school like totally like eroded while I was in it, and it like just fell apart.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I was like, all right.
So you're also like doing videos and stuff like on your own?
Yeah, just like dumb shit, like making a skateboard video with me and my friends, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
But definitely like I think that, you know, like getting used to editing software and stuff was interesting.
Oh, true. Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't really know what I would want to do. I was just kind of like, it's better to be in school and not know what you want to do than just do nothing and not know what you want to do.
That's true. Do you think by doing English it helped you like fine tune your like songwriting or parts of your songs?
I don't know if I ever thought about it that way. I guess like I definitely think about like rhythm of like lyrics and stuff, and but I don't know if maybe it is like a bit innate from like studying that stuff, but I don't know. I don't really think about it having this huge effect on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did music start to get a bigger part of your life?
I guess sort of like in third year university was when I started kind of like making full songs as like FELIX CARTAL, and then
so from the onset you were already FELIX CARTAL.
Yeah, it was like a persona that I just created online because I didn't know what to like call whatever this thing I was experimenting with.
How did you come up with it again?
There's no story. Just like I like the name Felix.
Yeah.
I like artist names that sound like they could be your real name. You know, like Calvin Harris. Like I like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, I was doing music in third year, and then I guess like at that time, like there was a really big shift in like how blogs started operating on the internet, and like it was like the scene was really small for blogs.
Yeah.
And I remember like I would be like in Glasgow, and we would go out to a nightclub, and like based on what the DJ was spinning, I could like tell what blogs he had read that week.
No way.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, he downloaded like Flow Kids and Disco Dust like last 5 most recent posts.
Oh.
Like it was really small.
Yeah.
And
how did you find music before that then?
Like Napster and shit.
Yeah, and you're also on MySpace and stuff.
Yeah, this was totally during the MySpace era. Like I had a MySpace page. A lot of those blogs, they weren't really posting, like it was a lot different then. It wasn't like kids were sending music to these blogs to get posted. It was more like they were just like illegally posting like shit by artists that were signed.
Yeah.
And like it was total like it was just weird. It was a weird time because it was a new thing. And I literally just became friends with one of the guys from the blog because I just started emailing him being like, I like your taste in music. And then he's like, cool. And we just started chatting, and he's like, are you an artist? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like messing around with some songs. And I sent him a song, and then he had the idea of like posting it, and it was like their first ever exclusively like released on a blog song that they posted.
Wow.
So it was like,
that's
and then
cool. Like not even a label.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I didn't give a shit. I was like, I don't know, like no one's heard my music. So like I had it on MySpace where I probably had like 50 plays, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so it got a bunch of downloads, and it was cool, and kind of like maintained the relationship a little bit. And then we kind of just kept doing things like that, and he posted a few more of my songs, and that was sort of how I started to circulate my name in the beginning.
Then how did like Steve Aoki and was he the initial person who found you that like?
MSTRKRFT was probably the first like big artist that I considered like these guys had made it, and Jesse from MSTRKRFT reached out to me on this forum that like some message board that like was like invite only for certain DJs.
Do you remember the name?
I don't remember the name, but it was the one half of Guns and Bombs. They were a DJ group at the time, and he had started it.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the forum, but I'd posted a track, and Jesse from MSTRKRFT had commented that he liked it, and I was like, that's awesome because I love MSTRKRFT.
Yeah.
And then we like messaged on MySpace, and they were like coming to Vancouver in a few weeks, and we met up, and he just started, like, they played my song that night at the show.
Wow.
And, yeah, it was really cool for me. So,
Damn.
because I basically I hadn't even really been going to clubs that much yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then he I think he sort of helped send it to some more DJs and stuff.
Yeah.
And then that's when Steve sent me a message that he was playing one of my songs a lot.
How do you describe those songs, like early songs?
I think my ignorance and lack of like know-how is what made them interesting. Like, I think I was making a ton of mistakes and didn't give a shit. And like that's what made it.
Yeah.
That's why like I liked dance music at that time, because I think like I really saw a lot of similarities between that and like the punk scene that I loved, where it all felt very like DIY.
Yeah.
Because like I would always think of production before that, like, oh, you gotta like go to a school, or you gotta like know how to like compress properly and all these things. And then sort of like all these, like especially like Justice and like all the Ed Banger dudes and like Boys Noise and stuff, I just feel like they were just like, fuck all those rules. Let's just make like aggressive shit.
Yeah.
And like that idea really resonated with me.
Like anything about like EDM that changed your perception of the whole industry, like stuff you don't like about how it's changed?
I don't know. I think there's always like going to be random complaints you have with any industry. It's just really competitive now.
There's so many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like it because I think there was like a time where like a lot of like the term EDM, which I'm really reluctant to say, like sort of has a sound to me now, like a real big room sound. That's what like EDM is to me.
Yeah.
And I think that was sort of like a bad time for music, because I think a lot of artists maybe got big that then had a hard time like backing up.
Yeah.
Like following that with like consistent releases. So, but I think, you know, at the end of the day, like all the artists that I love are like an artist with like a clear vision who like consider themselves an artist.
Yeah.
But if they're just trying to like cash in and get out, then I'm like, I don't give a shit about you.
So you were like releasing with a label, and there was like a lot of stuff that you put out that you didn't like.
Well, it's not that I like those songs still. Like I think they're well written, but I think I had a sort of a period around 2015, I guess, where like I still think the songs were well written and I'm proud of them, but I think I was like lacking sort of clarity on like what I wanted to be and sound like. So I'm still like proud of the music I put out, but I don't know. I feel like after that, I kind of took some time away from putting anything out, and it like helped me just sort of figure out the things that I like in music and what I want my sound to be like.
How did that click for you that you wanted to like get away for a bit?
To be honest, it had a lot to do with like my software setup. I still was using like the same setup from like when I started.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of had this, I guess I was like 28 or something at the time, and I was like, makes me sound really old. I'm 30 now. And it's like 2 years ago, and I had this moment where I was like, am I really like not gonna learn anything new? Or like, am I gonna like accept defeat already and like not challenge myself anymore? So I basically like gutted my whole production setup and just like downloaded Ableton, which I'd never used before, and just basically like started from scratch, and then kind of like quietly learned Ableton for like 6 or 7 months, sort of like on my own time. And I had the same feeling of when I was like first producing, where I would like wake up in the morning and like be excited to like, I was like, shit, I can't wait to like, because it just felt sort of like this new, like I got like back this excitement for it that I wasn't sure I would ever have again, I guess.
Wow, damn, that's really cool.
Yeah, so it was good. So I would encourage people to change their, I think it's like similar to like if you were writing a song on piano, like sometimes it's good to like try it on guitar or something, and then you might approach it differently.
Would you say the stuff that you make now like kind of more mellow than what you used to make? Is that more like accurate representation of your personality?
I guess I'm like not too focused on like whether or not the song has to be mellow or something. I'm more like just trying to write the music that like, because I pretty much am always writing the vocal first with somebody. Whoever's featured usually, and then I'm just trying to write the music that I think best complements like what the song is about, and that's it. So a lot of times like I think the themes that I've been writing about are like a lot of like nostalgia and like youth kind of themes, but also like being lost a little bit, but like it being okay. Like I like those kind of themes. Like everyone's just trying to figure it out kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And I sometimes I'm like I don't know if that like needs a big trap drop to like illustrate that point. I mean I don't want to like be like I'll never write a heavy song again or anything, but I think like I said earlier when I wrote that way, like that was just kind of like the best I could do with what I knew how to do because I didn't know what I was doing yet.
Yeah. How do you think you've grown as a person since when you started?
Oh man, it's a deep question. I'm definitely more like confident just in like who I am. I think like before when I would do like meetings or whatever in this industry, like I would always like try to think of like how do I be the right artist that they want.
Oh yeah.
And now I'm just like, all right, like this is my vibe. And if you guys are down, like let's do it.
Yeah.
But if not, like we're still gonna keep like me and my I have like a smaller team now, and like we're gonna do our thing. So you either be a part of it or not, but we're not gonna like change.
Yeah. Last question. What do you want to be remembered for?
I just want one of those songs that is timeless, basically. You know?
Yeah.
Like I'm always trying to get that song where like, which I think can be tough in electronic music because a lot of the production can feel trendy.
Yeah.
So, but I like just want that song where like when I'm 60, when I put it on, I'm like, this song still sounds good and relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No, thanks for having me.
Bye.